Have you ever wondered if Ash never left? Have you ever wondered if we had a proper Scarlet and Violet anime, all set in the Paldea series? Well, I know I have. And with the recent revelation and news about the DLC for the Indigo Disc and the Teal Mask, I do wanna go and give my 2 cents on the matter. So folks, today I am here to talk about how a Pokémon Scarlet and Violet series could have been. How Ash could have traveled in the Paldea region, either alone, in a duo, trio, group, or even more. These are the ideas that I have. So, without further ado, I want to get this started. This saga will be comprised of 9 arcs of 15 episodes each, in order to have a saga of 135 episodes total, similar how it was done with Pokémon Journeys. So, what I want to do with this is basically try to fill in the gaps and basically make a quartet of Ash, Juliana, Arven, and Perrin. Perrin being on the role like Tracy, Todd, Snap, Alexa, you know, the photographer sketcher of the group, and she will not have any starter Pokemon. However, I feel like Juliana should have Quaxly, this version of Arven would have Crocolore, and Ash would end up with a Meowscarada. Also, this version of Arven has a Dash Bun instead of a Mabosstiff, not only because of originality's sake, but also because I do believe that he deserved, you know, the food Pokemon, you know, the pretzel dog. As for Ash, I may give him a Dunsparce, I am not quite sure about that. I do know that Annihilate will be Juliana, and that's because I want for Juliana to be a trainer that has Ghost-type Pokemon. So I'm gonna give her Cerulege, Brambleghast, Goldango, Greavard, Annihilate, and Quaxly. Quaxly will be the Ghost Terra of her team, and she will have Miraidon, because she is from the UVA Academy. In this timeline, unlike in Horizons, it will be, you know, the Violet universe instead of the Scarlet universe. But with Ash present, there's going to be some Scarlet roots here and there, because I'm going to give Ash Koraidon. So it's basically Ash and Arven on Koraidon, and Juliana and Perrin on Miraidon, and that's gonna be about it. And Juliana having Annihilate, it's kinda similar to how Iris got a Dragonite in Black and White. So that's the topic that I want, you know, to discuss, and let's see how I would outline this Paldea series. So every arc would be in a settlement. Arc number 1 will be in South Paldea, because I want to tackle this in provinces. The first 2 episodes will be, you know, centered around Juliana and the Lighthouse, with the 3rd episode being about Ash battling Katie, and the next following ones being, you know, in the city of Cortonda, where both Ash and Juliana would get their 2nd Pokemon. After that, we have a filler in Cabo Poco, and we have 3 episodes dedicated to Dendra, the physical educationist instructor of the Mesagoza Academy, and she would showcase all of the starter Pokemon, and then we have a filler in the Los Platos. Following that, Dendra would, you know, tell the kids to go to Alfornada and also Southern Paldea, where they would meet, you know, Tulip, and also catch their 3rd Pokemon. And this is where a return would happen, but it would be very similar to how Misty returned in AG. I'm gonna have Chloe from Pokémon Journeys return for 2 episodes, where she's studying, you know, the watchtowers and the treasure chest and whatever more, and this might be how Juliana gets a Gimmighoul in order for her to have a Goldango later down the line, and that's about it. As for the 2nd arc, this one would actually be in the Mesagoza city, and it will be very focused on the academy. We would have 1 episode centered around Jacques, 3 around Penny, and 1 about Director Clavel. After that, we will get 1 episode about Nurse Miriam. We would also get 3 episodes focused on mainly Arven, and we would get, you know, Rayford in, you know, another episode when it comes to, you know, the tales of the Paldean Empire. Following with 1 episode that features Saguaro that could also lead into Arven, and then we have 3 episodes focused on Nemona, with the last but not least episode being about Salvatore, the languages teacher. Maybe these 3 episodes for every rival could be something akin to the summer camp arc, like how they did with Angie and also the X and Y rivals. But maybe these could be, mini tournaments. It could be the Ace Academy tournaments, and every episode would be, seeing Ash and the others participate, and it would also be focused about each rival participating in each tournament. I don't know, that's just an idea. Going to arc number 3, this will be focused on East Paldea. And this would have 2 episodes in Levincia where Ash and Juliana would catch their 4th Pokemon, and then Ash would have a gym battle against Iono, following by 2 episodes about Titan Cloth, and this would of course be Arven focus. After that we would get 2 episodes when it comes to poachers or whatever because of the 2 dragon beasts, being Walking Wake and Raging Bolt, the Paradox Suicune and the Paradox Raikou. After that, because of the dragon Pokemon, we would see Hassel of, the Academy teacher of Art, but also the Elite Four of, the league with dragon types. And this would be, a cool way to see Brassius as well in Artisan, so this is where they would, see the city, but not in their full scope. We would also get another 2-parter about the Psychic Musketeers in Iron Crown, the Paradox Cobalion, and Iron Leaves, the Paradox Virizion. And after that we would get, the 3rd batch of this arc with 2 episodes focused on Earthworm for Arven. We have 1 episode about Team Star. This is the first Team Star episode where they go to the Shatter Squad base to battle Mela. And after that, 2 more Artisan City episodes focused on the 5th capture for both Ash and Juliana, and that would be about it. However, I do want to point out something real quick when it comes to the fact that we have the 2 Paradox Beasts and the 2 Paradox Musketeers. I do want to imagine that Paradox Entei and Paradox Terrakion are going to be revealed. If that is to be the case, that could be a post-series special, like how when Brock's brother battled Nurse Joy with Latias, like how Iris battled Claire and Silent met Clement, etc, etc. You know the gist. If we get Entei and Terrakion, those could be episodes for post-series. But now, let's go on with Season 2. Season 2, it's interesting because we are going to the Kitakami province. This is where we are going to go now beyond Paldea. However, I do not like the idea that the treasured ruined Pokemon are, imprisoned. I don't like that part of the lore. I want for them to, be sprites and even, little mischievous Pokemon that could be around Kitakami. And maybe that's the reason why we have the Loyal Tree instead of Ogerpon. So I'm gonna have 1 episode with Wuxian, because it's the winter Pokemon. And then I'm going to have a 3-episode focus on Carmine, trying to, get photographies of Hisuian Pokemon that could inhabit Kitakami. And, not Carmine, Baron. But Ash would also battle Carmine, and it would kickstart, the exchange program to go to Blueberry Academy in the near future. And then I would have another episode with, Xianpao being the winter Pokemon. I realized that I said Wuxian was the winter, no, Wuxian is the grass slug, so it's autumn. It goes with the Pokédex entries. After that, we get more returns. We get 1 episode with Horus, Ghost Rival from Project Mew, and Horus is going to try to capture Monkey Dory because the most likely scenario is that Monkey Dory is Psychic Poison, and they are both blue-colored. I feel it would be very fitting. And then we would have 3 episodes focused on Ogerpon and Kieran. After that, we get another Loyal Tree episode with Okidogi being fighting Poison, and that's going to lead to Gary, because, Okidogi is green, and it kind of leads to, Viridian and whatever more. And it seems like Okidogi's animation in the trailer was Meteor Assault, so there's that. And that's where it leads to, a Tinglu episode because of spring, and Tinglu is part ground, so it's a nice tie-in to Gary's Viridian gym leader team from his game counterpart. And speaking of ground, we have a 3-episode focused on Rika and Poppy as they are here to basically visit and inaugurate the Mazana Academy that she speaks about in the interview, in the champion assessment, and I feel like this would be very cool. And then we have an episode for Chiyu to basically close the Festival of Masks summer. Maybe Poppy could fish Shiyu, like those festivals where kids, they fish those little rubber fish or whatever, but it's a fire fish in a lake, so that's the summer part. I don't know, I just think it would be funny for that. Continuing on, we are now in West Paldea, and this is where things are really starting to get interesting, because Juliana has her Quaxly and she caught her 5 Pokemon. Ash has his Pikachu and already caught his 5 Pokemon. And Miraidon and Koraidon are, you know, the rides as the unofficial 7th. So this means when they go to West Paldea, this is the time when Ash's Pokemon are going to randomly evolve. I don't know which ones he would have. I know that Floragato and the Dunsparce is one of them. So you can infer whatever Pokemon you want for Ash and the others to, you know, have. All I know is that, you know, Juliana is a ghost expert in this timeline, and Arven has Dashban instead of Mabostiv. So you can lead the details however you please. However, we have 2 episodes of Medali, 1 episode where Ash battles Larry, and because Larry is also a Flying Elite 4, we have 2 episodes about Titan Bombardier, and that leaves to, you know, more Arven shenanigans. We have 1 episode with Giacomo of Team Star and another episode with Atticus from Team Star. But in between them, we have the return of Go from Pokemon Journeys. Ash and Go are going to team up in the Asado Desert to battle the Paradox Donphans of Great Tusk and Iron Threats. And Go is not only going to appear for this, he's going to be for this 5 episode batch because Go is going to help Ash to battle Giacomo and Atticus from Team Star, and they are going to talk about Nemona and the student council and how the school basically it's not what it seems, to which they do not know because they are not really affiliated with the school on those regards. But continuing on, we then go to Cascarafa where we have, not Cascarafa, we go to Lake Kasuroya where we get 2 episodes with Tatsugiri, and this is how Dashban of Arven gets healed because he hits all 5 of the Herba Mystica, and maybe I will have Ash catch Dondonzo, I'm not quite sure. I know that I'm going to have him battling Kofu afterwards, and then we get, you know, 2 more episodes in Cascarafa, and that is about it. However, Arven has Dashban healed, but I don't want for his arc to end yet, and this is where things get interesting because before they go even further to the ocean, in Porto Marinada they will encounter an Iron Moth, a Paradox version of a future Volcarona. And this is gonna be basically a Season 2 for Arven, where instead of fighting Titans to get Herba Mystica, he needs to fight these Paradox Pokemon that are coming outside of the crater in order to be on the same level as Ash. And I feel like battling, you know, Iron Moth would be very fitting. We have 3 episodes focused on Principal Cyrano from the Academy. We are in the Academy, and the Academy later on gets bombarded by, you know, Slitherwing, which I may or may not have catch because I would like for Ash to have one, and it would be very funny because it's a Paradox Volcarona. It's either that or Screamtail, personally. You can do whatever. Now, when it comes to the Academy, there's going to be episodes focused about, you know, the Elite Four of the Blueberry League being Amaris, Crispin, Lacey, and Drayton. There's going to be an episode where I really want to focus on Pheasantipity bonding with Juliana, and maybe because of her, mainly because of her Quaxly. But Quaxly will not evolve, so that's about it. Continuing on, we have more invading paradoxes. Think of this as like the Ultra Beasts, right? Instead of coming out of Ultra Wormholes and Dimension Pockets or outer space, they come from the crater, and Arven has to, you know, basically back it up. We have Roaring Moon and Iron Valiant, and this is going to be, you know, another 3-parter where we see Briar and her connections to heat and the exploration to the Area Zero, and this is how I'm going to end Season 2 of this outline for a Scarlet and Violet series in the Paldea region. But now we are going to tackle the last and the final season, that being Season 3. In Season 3, we are going to the north of Paldea, and Ash's Pokemon are going to evolve even further by battling the doppelganger of Director Clavel, that being Clive. And with that, we have 3 episodes in the town of Zapapico, where we are going to encounter Team Star Eri and her understudy Carmine, and in the episodes later, we are going to see a dispute between Screamtail and Sandy Shocks, being the paradoxes of Jigglypuff and Magneton. In another episode, we have a dispute between the pest paradox of Mischievous, being Fluttermane, and the future paradox of Delibird being Iron Bundle. After that, we have 3 episodes dedicated to Grusha in Glaciaro Mountain and also Glaciaro City, with the next episode being another paradox dispute between Brute Bonnet, the Pest Among Us, and Iron Hands, the future Ariyama. And this doesn't stop here, because we have now a future dispute of paradoxes being with Iron Thorns and Iron Jugulus. And after that, we have 3 episodes in Mount Nevera where we see, we see the teacher Time with her rock Pokemon and Rhyme with her ghost Pokemon. Ash is not gonna battle Rhyme, even though Rhyme is the gym leader. He's gonna battle Time, because Time was a gym leader when Nemona battled her. It's kind of funny in retrospective that Nemona Nemona defeated a gym leader who would later on become her math teacher. I think that's kind of funny. But Ash battles Time, and because Rhyme is a ghost expert in double battles, that's going to be a battle for Juliana, because I like when the female companion battles a gym leader, like Iris battled Drayden and Dawn battled Maylene, etc, etc. The final episode of this batch 7, it's gonna be, Ortega, the fairy squad from the Team Star, and Ash's Pokemon is gonna evolve as well. And with that, Team Star, it's going to be over in the next part of Season 3, because the next part of Season 3, it's going to, end with, a Area Zero arc. But before that, we get, a 2-parter to end Starfall Street with Penny, Clavel, etc, etc. And then we get 1 episode where Ash and Geeta do have an exhibition match with each other. And after that, we get 2 episodes dedicated to the origins of, Koraidon and Miraidon. And basically, they would get the final upgrade with the 6th Herba Mystica, where they would be able to, fly, really fly, and not glide, so that they could get access to the Area Zero. So, Ash, Arven, Juliana, and this is gonna be interesting. It will be Nemona instead of Perrin. Perrin and Penny are going to stay behind, because they want to, keep everyone safe in case, push comes to shove. And then we have 1 episode dedicated to future paradoxes and past paradoxes, respectively. But we have a 3-episode arc where we see the past of Sade and Turo, because if you see in the games, the crater has upper levels fitting for past paradoxes and the lower levels for future paradoxes. So I'm gonna utilize both professors. Arven has no parents in this timeline, they're both dead, okay? They're both dead. We have a time machine episodes where we kinda see them but not really, and the final villain, the big boss, the big bad, it's gonna be an artificial intelligence version of Heat. So we are going to get AI Heat, the explorer, instead of having an AI professor. And he is gonna have an Amber book, the in-between color between infrared, scarlet, and ultraviolet, purple. And this is where we are going to see, Terrapagos coming out of the Terra Orbs and terrestrializing, and we see the giant Terrapagos from the books. It's gonna be a great bombastic finale, and this is where the series is going to lead to its end with the finale of Season 3, batch number 9 overall, with a Champions Cup. We had some Ace Academy tournaments here and there in the beginning of the show. Now we are going to have a Champions Cup, where several champion rank level trainers are going to compete against each other for the title of Paldea's Grand Champion. So Ash is going to participate in this tournament, and he's going to battle Perrin in 1 episode, so he's going to be battling his companion, because she's basically the silent of the group. She has the rank so she can enter. And he's going to battle Carmine for another episode. And then there's a break episode as the 3rd one. For the 4th and 5th one, Ash is going to battle the fighting expert, the ground expert, being Dandra and Rika. Because I want for Ash to at least battle a member of the Elite Four, and I feel like battling the Recessionist kinda makes sense instead of Poppy, Larry again, or Hassel. We get another episode of Break, being the 6th one. And then we get 3 episodes where Ash battles Geeta, being 7, 8, and 9. And then we have another break episode, being the 10th episode. 11 and 12, it's, you know, against Nemona, where Pikachu battles Pawmot. So this would be, you know, whoever in this tournament gets to reach Gita, they will have, you know, Nemona as an extra. And then we have a break. And just like how Ash battled May and battled Serena in the end of AG and X and Y, Ash is going to battle his companion, being, you know, Juliana. And Juliana's gonna have a Miraidon, Ash is gonna have a Koraidon, and that is how the series will end before Ash goes to the Gen 10 region or whatever. Perrin, Carmine, Dendra, Rika, Gita. 5 girls, 5 Pokemon. Every new member of Ash's team is going to give Ash a win. And Pikachu defeats Nemona, and against Juliana it could be inconclusive with Miraidon and Koraidon. I just wanted for Ash to battle a league against all female characters, all girls. He never had a proper female rival, so I really wish that... It's hard to explain, like just let Ash battle girls, okay? Females can play Pokemon too, damn it. And this generation proves it in spades. Anyhow, we have Liko as the protagonist in Horizons, for sakes. Anyhow, I hope you really enjoyed this outline for a potential Scarlet and Violet series. This is how I would do it. Let me know how you would do it in the comment section down below. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. So trainers, thank you so much for watching. Without further ado, I hope you have an awesome day. KuroBlitz out.